Jerry, take yours back. Well, it was good coming home. Thought I could sneak one. A couple plays here and there down the stretch. Got them separation to where we didn't have enough time to get it. But I'm proud of our guys of answering the bell in an environment like this. And, we got things to build on. I thought the players who were supposed to make the plays for them made them. I thought Oscar was the difference down the stretch. They went, he took advantage of our switching, and we were trying to put pressure on them and actually camouflage so we couldn't see. And our guys kind of missed it a little bit. It was a step or two late. But for the most part, we did what we were supposed to do. But like any team, it's tough winning on the road. But I saw some great things out of our basketball team that makes me very optimistic about the future of this basketball team and hopefully get into the NCAA tournament.
Okay, if you have any questions for the coach, please raise your hand. We'll get a wireless microphone to you.
Yeah, Coach, just tell me what it means to you to be a part of the inaugural Unity Series here at Kentucky.
It means a lot, and I'll tell you what, these last few days have been awesome, not just in leading up to this basketball game. I thought going to the Underground Railroad Museum was very educational and very eye-opening. I tell my guys all the time, it's bigger than basketball. And this week, this situation, and I'm going to tap my hat off because he's my guy and he's my strength coach. Ray Rock Oliver did a great job of actually organizing this deal, especially the deal in Cincinnati, for both teams. It was very eye-opening for coaches and players. And the way this world is right now, we need all to find a way to help one another. And I think that's what this whole deal was all about. And I'm just so thankful that Cal gave me the call first to do this because it was totally awesome.
Coach, here, right here. Mm-hmm. What does it do for your team to come to the Rupp Arena and play as hard and it's play very competitive, very competitive?
It means a lot. You know what I mean? But we don't look at moral victories. Most teams in our level, especially in our league, we have to play these type of games because of financial situations. But I have a team now, I think, that I don't have to point gauge. And what I mean by point gauge is, try to say, okay, we want to stay under this, we want to stay under that. I thought my team was good enough, and it showed tonight that we were capable, a few possessions here, a few possessions there, of actually having a chance to win the basketball game. So that's what I get from my team, that they came in thinking that way. Are they happy that they play with Kentucky? No, they're in there thinking, if I'd have got that block out, if I could chase down that rebound, when they threw it inside, if I was there quicker, he wouldn't have got the shot and got an and one. They're in there thinking that, and that's how I want them to think. But at the end of the day, you still got to tip your head off to Cal because I knew he was going to be ready after Texas Southern beat Florida last night. I told my team, I said, I'm telling you right now, he probably got him up in the middle of the night after that game and said, hey, we got to continue, get in that match. We can't lose too. You know what I mean? These two teams are the two top teams in their league. And you see they went into Florida, who's one of the top teams in our league, and got them. And not only got them, beat them by 15. These teams are capable. And the way college basketball is right now, okay, there's no dominant team anymore at any level because there's no older guys. The really good players are going to the NBA early. So now it's kind of an even playing field a little bit, and everything's getting comparable. So every night we feel that we can win a basketball game if the stars are lined up right and the travel wasn't as bad.
Sean, talk about, if you would, Jaden's play. When I saw him play against Louisville, tell us about his progress since then and how his progress has been this season.
I'll tell you what, man. You're talking about a kid that has persevered a lot. every coach has favorites. And I had a thing, and my favorites are guys who listen, guys who come to me for advice, guys who can take constructive criticism, guys who answer the bell and has gone through some type of adversity. He's the epitome of that. And I think I got one of the best guards in the country at any level. And he's paid his dues. And those concussions and things like that are behind him. And now he's showing the world that a kid from Baltimore, Maryland can really play the game of basketball. And I've always had successful teams when I had East Coast guards. And he's the epitome of one of them.
Sean, I'm wondering what goes through your mind when you see Oscar get in foul trouble relatively early in the first half, then he picks up a quick one in the third. What's going through your mind?
Well, we got a chance. You know what I mean? You take the nation's leading rebounder out of the game. You know, you saw when Cal put him back in, what happened. You know what I mean? You know, he stays out of the game or fouls out. You know, his 13-point game might not be a 13-point game. You know what I mean? They went right to him and took advantage of it, and he answered the bell. That's why he's one of the best bigs in the country. Keith.
I know you played on the court out there, but tonight in the first half, it was like you were a sixth defender out there for a couple of those possessions.
Hey, sometimes you just lose yourself in the game, man. I envy my players every day because I wish I could still play basketball. And I'll give anything to go back and have my experience that I had here at the University of Kentucky. I had, you know, and the guys I play with, we went through some things that no other player in the University of Kentucky history has gone through. And it was tough, but it was rewarding. And, you know, Jerry asked me the other day, he was asking me some questions about the unforgettables, and I told him, and I left one person out, and he's here today, that it wasn't just me, John, Darren, and Richie. You know, it was Derek Miller, it was Reggie Hansen, it was Jonathan Davis, it was Jeff Brasso, you know, and I tell people all the time, we might have won the national championship if Brass don't get hurt. You know, he was averaging 16 points a game when he got hurt, you know, the first 5 or 6 games. So every time I get a chance to come here, I just get emotional because I gave a lot of my life and everything I had, and I did everything what people asked me to do at this university. And it was very rewarding afterwards. And this university has made me the man and the coach that I am today.
Just one thing about the Underground Railroad Freedom Center. Was there any exhibit that especially, you know, moved you that you saw or things that were said?
Yeah. We all grew up thinking about, and I'm sure everybody in here, and don't say you don't or haven't or this ain't you. When you mention the Underground Railroad, you mentioned Harriet Tubman. And Harriet Tubman was just a little piece in the movement. And to learn exactly what went down and the people who were involved was very eye-opening. And, you know, it wasn't about Harriet Tubman and black people trying to help black people get to freedom. It was white folks helping black folks get to freedom. And whenever both races get together, great things happen. And that's what that taught me and my players, that, you know, whenever you separate people and try to downgrade people, nothing good ever happens. But when you come together and you stick together, great things happen. And this team and my team, back when I played, that's what that was. I'm from Gary, Indiana. Richie Farms from Clay County. Jonathan Davis from Florida. John Perry from Paintsville. But we came together. And if we didn't come together, there's no way that we would have had the success that we had. It wasn't just Rick Pitino. It was everybody buying in and helping each other. And I think that's what this world needs to continue to get better at.
Yeah, Sean, while you were here, you knew full well about how this team could get on a run when the crowd got behind it and kind of push it to a new level. You were able to kind of avoid those tonight. Do you think there was?
Well, that was a key. You know, two things we wanted to do. We wanted to make sure we wanted to do the best we could on the glass. and we wanted to not turn the basketball over and give them transition buckets. And we were going to have a run, but they were going to have runs too. And we couldn't let them have 10, 12-0 runs. We had to sustain runs. And I thought we did a good job of that, except for I think it was like maybe 7 minutes to go in the basketball game when they made that one run. And we couldn't make a shot for about 4 or 5 possessions. But other than that, I thought we stuck to the script real well.
Hey, Sean, welcome back. You say you wish you could still play out there. How do you think you would have done going up against Kentucky's point guard, Xavier Wheeler?
There ain't been a point guard yet since me. No, I'm joking. Let me tell you something. The reason why Cal's very good again, because he's got point guard play. And he knew that, and he had to go get an older one who has some experience. And anytime you have a great point guard with all the other talent that he has, he's always been good. So he made sure he got that position right this time.
Sean, you were talking about white people helping black people working together, the world's better. It seems like sports is the ultimate place for that. Why is that, and why doesn't that branch out more, you think?
Because you have no choice, and you lose yourself. You forget who you are. You can't go back to your community because you got to face whoever who's different than you every single day. And in order for you to be successful, you got to help him be successful. And if you don't help him be successful, there's no way you can. So you can't run from it in athletics at all. And I'm telling you guys what, I mean, and I'm not blowing smoke up here, tooting Cal's horn, but Cal's one of the best at it, at doing what he's supposed to do. I told my guys, he's getting these guys, and they're going to the NBA, and then within 6 months to 14, 24 months, they're going to be millionaires. But he knows how to humble them. How many coaches in America makes a kid who thinks he's going to be a millionaire in 6 months wash some homeless person's feet? Who thinks of this, what this situation was? He's got it. You know what I'm saying? And now he's getting this team together. And I'm telling you what, I think this team's very good. And I think they got a chance, if they stick together without any injuries, can make a run, especially in the SEC and hopefully in the NCAA tournament.
Last question, Jerry.
Sean, you mentioned Xavier, a really good point guard. For him, he did not have a good game. What was your strategy there?
I think my guards are just as good, and you got a point guard coaching. So I'm going to make sure that position is taken care of. So, I told my guys all week, ever since we've been here, that you two are better than their point guard. They only got one. We got two. So we were, switching and not allowing him to get in the paint and do some of the things. But he did hit a couple threes, you know what I'm saying? But we didn't want him to dictate and dominate the game.